What's up, Pokemon players? Pokemonger back with another online deck showcase, and today I got a pretty awesome one for you. A budget Bewear deck. This is the first Crimson Invasion deck I'm going to feature on this channel because I just got around to opening all these packs, and this is the first Pokemon that really caught my eye. And here's why. It's a stage 1, very easy to get into play, 130 hit point Pokemon, but if you look at the Fluffy ability, it takes 30 less damage from attacks. So as long as it's not getting attacked by fire Pokemon, and honestly there's not a lot of fire Pokemon decks out there right now, so it's pretty much, you can pretty much look at this as a 160 hit point Pokemon. If you get attacked twice, you can look at it as a 190 hit point Pokemon. And then if you consider dumbbells, bodybuilding dumbbells tool card, it's basically a 200 hit point Pokemon that's only a stage 1, which is really awesome. And then his crosscut attack requires a fighting and a double colorless, and it hits for 60 base and then 60 more if your opponent is an evolution Pokemon. Most all Pokemon decks right now are evolution decks, so you can pretty much count this as good for 120 damage. So it two-shots everything, and it's, you know, 200 hit points with a bodybuilding dumbbells, 230 hit points if you have to get hit twice in order to knock it out. So very cool, very strong. That's why I decided to go ahead and make this the first Crimson Invasion deck list on this channel. And since it is fighting type, we can go ahead and turn it into a budget deck. It's a one prize fighting type. We pair it with water type Octillery, and then we just abuse Brooklet Hill to be able to get all these Pokemon into play. And we don't need things like Lele, because we have that draw engine, that setup engine. I do have a 2-2 line of Rockruff and Lycanroc in here. Lycanroc can be a really good backup attacker. This is going to be our GX attack in this deck. Dangerous Rogue does 50 times the amount of Pokemon your opponents have in play, so 200 damage. If your opponent has 4 Pokemon in play, that's pretty much good for a one-shot, and that's just a good GX attack to have in this deck. Otherwise, this Bloodthirsty Eyes, when you evolve it, you can basically Lysander up one of your opponent's Pokemon and kill whoever you want to kill. So very nice, very resourceful, versatile deck, I guess you could say. 2 field blowers in here, get rid of tools and stadiums. 2 rescue stretchers, get back your Pokemon. Special charge to get back special energy, because we do play 8 special energy in this deck. 4 Brooklet Hills, as I was saying, this helps us draw out our Pokemon, put them on the bench, and get them ready to evolve and set up. That's the main reason why we can make this a budget deck. 2 Guzmas, seems low, but we do have the Bloodthirsty Eye ability, but we still have 2 Guzma in here, so we can draw out our opponent's Pokemon in multiple different ways and finish off knockouts, which is important since we are going to be two-shotting pretty much everything. 3 in, 4 Sycamore, pretty standard draw supporter count. 3 dumbbells, because that does give Bewear even more hit points, you know. That's pretty much part of the combo that gives Bewear a ton of hit points to allow him to tank multiple hits. 2 Choice Band in here still, because we do want to improve our damage every once in a while to be able to reach KOs on things. 3 Float Stones to be able to retreat things we're not attacking with for free. 4 Strong Energies to boost our damage. 4 Fighting Energies, and 12 DCEs to help charge up that, actually charges up Claw Slash and charges up Crosscut. So 12 energy total, that's kind of high, but we do need to make sure we are manually attaching every single turn because we don't have any energy acceleration. So that's basically the list. If you have any questions or suggestions, leave a comment. I'll get back to you right away. Otherwise, enjoy the matches. Alright, let's get into a match here. Looks like I mulligan my first hand. And okay, I'm starting I'm starting Remoraid. And I do get to go first, and I get a Brooklet Hill right away for a Stuffle that I'll be able to start building up. Really just looking for an energy here. And I do find one, and an evolution for next turn. Looks like I'm going up against Drampaw GX, which is weak. to fighting, but it is basic, so unless I find a choice band or a couple strong energies, I won't be one-shotting this Grandpa GX because it is basic. And he does attach Psychic Energy, which leads me to believe he's playing Grandpa Garbodor, which not too long ago was really good deck. It is still very strong, but honestly not too long ago was considered probably one of the best decks in the format. So really, if anyone's threatened by a one-shot here, it's me from Garbodor with Trashalanche. So I gotta be careful of my item, playing my items down. I do go ahead, Sycamore for a whole new hand, use Bricklet Hill to get out a second Remoraid in case this active one gets knocked out because I can't retreat it. Go ahead and evolve into Octillery. I got my Bewear ready to go, I just need a Float Stone, so looks like I played down my hand there in hopes to get up one of my 3 Float Stones, and I did find one, so I could retreat and go ahead and take a hit on this Grandpa GX. And it is weak, but it is basic, so he gets a Garbodor Trashalanche in play, and I really gotta try to be careful of the items I'm playing so I don't get one shot by Garbs. He Field Blowers off Bricklet Heal and my Bodybuilding Dumbbells and takes a swing for 50. I go ahead, use Timer Ball, because I'm pretty sure I'm going to Sycamore here, and I do find a second Octillery. Octillery Abyssal Hand for another Stuffle, which I'm able to attach energy to, and I elect to sort of hold on to this hand. I don't want to get rid of those DCEs, so I can attach DCE to my second Bewear that I'm going to need. Opponent promotes Grandpa, attaches a Fury Belt and a Psychic Energy, and Righteous edges me for no damage because of my ability, but does get rid of my DCE. So I attach another DCE that I had. I'll get another Pokemon out with Bricklet Hill, and am I gonna attach Choice Band to anything? Yeah, I go ahead and attach Choice Band and bench another Bewear, or I mean Stuffle. So start working on this new Grandpa GX. He attaches DCE to it. Really, I didn't expend enough resources early on for him to want to promote that Trashalanche, so I think that's really saving me here. Go ahead and attach Fighting Energy to another possible attacker and just finish the 2-prize KO here. And so far this one Bewear has gotten me 4 prizes, so definitely the MVP of this matchup. Looks like I have 4 items in discard, so I'll be getting hit for 80, 160 if you factor in weakness. And my opponent benches some more Grandpas, gets a Lele, and Sycamores for a new hand of 7. As long as I can find, oh yeah, and he already Sycamored, so he can't in. So I have Ultra Ball for a new Bewear. And since he is an evolution Pokemon, I will hit for 120, which is a knockout. I go ahead and promote Floatstone, Octillery. And really I just need a Bewear here. So I go ahead and get rid of a couple things I don't need anymore. Grab the Bewear off that Ultra Ball. Oh, and I evolve into Lycanroc because I can use the Bloodthirsty Eye's ability to bring up a Grandpa. And go ahead and just take the last 2 prizes off of that. So very good game. Yeah, I don't think my opponent utilized his Garbodor to exploit me for weakness very good, or I defended against it very well. But let's go ahead and get into another match here. Alright, another match here. Looks like I mulliganed my first hand. And okay, must have been distracted there. Okay, I get to start with a Stuffle and I get a bench of Rockruff. Okay, but I am in a dead hand right here, so my opponent is playing Titanol, which tells me Silvally GX, which is good because we do hit that for weakness and it is evolution, so we can hit it for 240 with our Pokemon, but this does end up being a very good match. So I won't spoil anything, but go ahead and pay attention to this match. It ends up being very good, that's why I include it in the video. He's able to bench down a bunch of Pokemon, and he did touch that Psychic Memory to one of his benched type nulls there, so this is a good match because he's pairing himself with Garb, and he has Psychic Memory tool card, so we're both sort of exploiting each other for weakness here. I think the one advantage I have is that I am a one prize deck, and another good thing to point out is that first turn he wasn't able to attach any energy. He does evolve the benched type null into Silvally GX with the Psychic Memory, so I gotta be afraid of getting one shot by that. I do evolve in, I get the Bewear and a Brooklet Hill to bench a Remoraid. I do go ahead and get the knockout with my Bewear. And really haven't played any item cards, so I'm not threatened by Garbodor just yet. So I do get to buy a turn before he's able to kill me with that Psychic type Silvally GX. He Sigmars for a new hand to 7 and replaces my Stadium, which is unfortunate because I was relying on that Stadium to thin out my deck and increase my chances of getting a draw supporter. Top deck Floatstone. I go ahead and I could have attached that Strong Energy to the active and taken a knockout right there, but I decided to go ahead and start charging up my benched Rockruff because I am afraid of that Psychic Silvally. And he Guzmas up my Rockruff that I just attached to and decides to kill it. This is good because now I can take a 2-prize knockout on him if you factor in weakness. I decided to attach a basic energy to that Remoraid in case of, in case I have to retreat it for some reason. Decide to hang on to the Floatstone and just attach basic energy to the Remoraid. And he goes ahead and hits me with, he did shut off my abilities, so he hits me for a full 120 with Silvally GX. I do top deck Brooklet Hill there, get a bunch of Rockruff off that, and a Remoraid that I got out of the prizes. Hit him for 240 because of weakness, but he survives because of that dumbbells, and he's able to Ace Arola up that Silvally, annoyingly enough. So don't get those 2 prizes there, and he can finish me off with the Garbodor. I do top deck Bewear, it looks like right there, and I get to bench another Stuffle with my Brooklet Hill, but I do just pass the turn. This game I started out so slow, but I am keeping the item count at bay in my discard, so Trash Lynch is not hitting me too hard, and my opponent does go ahead and buy me out of a dead hand there, because like I said, he's only hitting for 20 with Trash Lynch right now. I've done a pretty good job of not playing items. Grab another Rockruff with my Brooklet Hill and Sigmar for a new hand to 7. Retreat the Floatstone Remoraid, and I am taking, oh no, not taking a knockout yet, but I can threaten a knockout if I just find one of my Field Blowers. The problem is I don't have a backup attacker ready yet. I need to manually attach 2 energy still to one of those benched threats. And he does use his GX attack to go ahead and take out my Rockruff. Evolve into Bewear, replace his Stadium with another Brooklet Hill. And I don't... Let's see, I go ahead and... Looks like I do a lot of thinning. At this point, I'm probably just within range of Trash Lynch, so I'm going balls to the wall here. Get a energy attachment to one of my Bewears. That's basically my only hope right now. I decide to retreat into Stuffle, which is able to take 1 hit from this Silvally. He Field Blowers off my tools, so now I no longer have a free retreat with that Bewear, which is kind of why I promoted it. It can take a hit and it had a free retreat, but not anymore. But it still kind of does because I do have a Floatstone in my hand. So he Sigmars for a new hand to 7. But like I said, it was able to take a hit there thanks to the 130 hit points. And I do have the retreat option here, and I will go ahead and hit for weakness, but he will survive because of that bodybuilding dumbbells. Flip 2 heads on Timer Ball, and I really can't Ultra Ball for anything here, so oh, had Strong Energy on, so I hit for 140. Okay, yeah, Strong Energy allows me to hit for weakness, so I was able to take the knockout on that dumbbell Sil Valley, but I do get return KO'd because of all the items I've played at this point. Really all I'm looking for here is one of my 2 field blowers to be able to take out that benched Garbodor that has plenty of damage on it. I just need to get rid of the dumbbells that's on it, so I need one of my 2 field blowers, which as you saw right there is in my deck. So I'm just thinning out my deck as much as possible. Sigmar for a new hand of 7, and I do find the field blower to get rid of the tools, take a knockout on that Garbodor, and get the victory. So that ended up being a pretty close match, but pretty fun match. We both kind of typed each other. I think the reason I won that one is just because I am a 1 prize deck compared to his 2 prize main attacker in Sil Valley GX. So biggest attack, more damage dealt, super fun. I think that's it for now. So thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.